You to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between our visitors and the Oakland Raiders. Here's Michael Badgley now to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland.
Down, 185. Hey, 734.
He's checking. Crash.
Purdue.
Tighten up. Tight go.
That's it.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
49, check 49.
Have me. Shoot. Put that down.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
25, check 20. White Monday. 618. Deuce. 5 down.
Throwing again. Carr. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
Hey, wahoo!
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's King.
Ready, set. 9:55. It's our time.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. He got 29 yards. That time.
A gain of 29 yards. And the Chargers first down.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They're going to look to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And that will force a turnover on downs.
It's a party now. Purdue. Check 52. Check that. Who's right, Chief?
Carr now on first down. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. Oh, what a juke into space. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
You ready?
Hey, let's get there. Under 10. Under 10.
You're mine.
Quick dad. Quick dad.
Go.
52.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On second down now, it's Jacobs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. Throwing on first down is Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Jacobs now, and they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down.
Express. Check three. He's coming. We got double up.
Now Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Where's down? 180. 52's the mic. Low.
Here's Jacobs. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll weave his way up, all the way up, a few yards shy of midfield. The Charger drive about to get going.
Check 26.
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
You're out.
2nd and long. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. Allen, the intended receiver. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Monday, down. Blue 80.
Let's make these
Express.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home.
Express.
March 49. I'm scared.
Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist.
Twist, twist.
Go Chiefs. 29.
Hey, Echo.
Carr now on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
You don't want none. Express. I need one over here. I need one over here.
49.
Express.
Mike, 49. Okay, double up. 49's the Mike.
To throw again. Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Raider 1.
Smooth. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. 52's the Mike. Watch Mike.
That's right.
Come on, D. Shift. Watch the shift. Check.
Hey, 734.
Hey, orbit. 52.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Get ready.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
He finds an opening past the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Got his man, it's Williams. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Anthony Lynn says now's the time. His guy's going on 4th down. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. The intended receiver there, Allen. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammate's going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Carr now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Now Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Let's get it. What down? 180. Raider 2.
Set the tone, defense.
No chief.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Say. Switch.
Switch it up.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep. Watch the action.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They run it with Jacobs, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch twitch. Watch twitch. He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Recon. 132 fighter. Mike 52. Mike 52.
93. 93. White. Deuce right Chief.
Hot.
What's up?
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On now is the field goal team. Here's the Raiders. We'll try for 3. This from 54 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now Anthony Lynn, sensing the play clock running out, will call for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The Charger drive about to get going. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Open man is Gordon, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
First down, Chargers.
Hey. 4 down.
Now Anthony Lynn, sensing the play clock running out, will call for a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just 1 big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're 1 big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. The sack cost them only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And the safety, Carl Joseph, there to knock that one away.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, it feels like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
Okay, ready?
Come on.
Recon, 132 fight. High 7, let's go. 4, ready, go.
Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Maurice Hurst able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Open man, it's Allen. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Gets it to Gordon. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, ball may come your way.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. 65.
They'll drop the throw, and he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. He's going to take a shot, and this is going to be intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake.
Brings up second and 9 at the 21-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
You're mine.
Hey, watch this, watch this. Kill.
White. 12's gumbo.
Rush in. Check.
Check nine.
No. Off.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Joey Bosa, his second sack of the night.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. After the sack, they'll come up now third and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. He completes it to Jones. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. On the return, it's King. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. This is Gordon as they go to him again. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether there's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Kill. General, West.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Edwards. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They're going to run. This is Gordon. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 33 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally down at the 9-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. Give him 52 yards on the ground.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
25, check 25, check 25. Deuce, 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 deuce.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
Not today. Check Nick.
29, 29. Hey, Alpha.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
You ain't got nothing. Hand me.
Joker, 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 Joker.
What's that?
Here's Carr. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? Third and 4.
Watch out. Showing up. Check. 36. Check 31. Check 31.
Move it down. Check 37. Check 37.
To throw his Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They're going to look to throw. Caught by Allen. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. As they are now just an extra point away from taking the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Critical extra point up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successful.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
49's a Mike. 49's a Mike.
Carr to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Watch twist. Watch the twist.
Ain't no way.
52's the Mike, boys. 52.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Hey, exit.
Check 52's the
734.
52's the Mike.
They'll look to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller, 59 yards. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front. And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here.
Slam, slam. Check 15, check 15. Slam, slam.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run.
That's caught inside the 20. A big play there for L.A. 57 yards. Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Get this one down to about the 17. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He's back to throw. And this ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
Sponge! No, let's go! Check, lucky.
And he is into the end zone. No flags. And there may be a play away from winning the football game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for our visitors, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos.